ビッグマムとジンベエ
The goat of Mendes from. Mendes was a city in ancient Kemet where the women would ritualistically have sex with an actual goat to show adoration for Asar. Once again, do not take my word for it. Please look it up. That concept of the goat god was transferred over to Greece, where he became known as Pan. Please understand something. Pan was known as the god of intercourse as well, with little boys and with animals, particularly under the pseudonym of Inus, I-N-U-U-S, where Pan was known as the god of bestiality. So that's why in Hollywood, you'll see that many of these people, they're really trying to get the masses to accept the notion that it's okay, not just to be a homosexual, but to be a pansexual, meaning you have sex with everyone or everything, including children and animals. Like when the entertainer Janelle Monáe came out and said that she's a pansexual, that does not mean just men and women. That means children, that means animals, that means objects, whatever. She does whatever she feels like doing. And a lot of these people, they say things and it goes right over the heads of the masses, because people, for the most part, they don't look up meanings, they don't look up words, they don't look up origins or etymologies. They really don't care. Their attitude basically is the Aleister Crowley credo of do what thou wilt, do whatever you feel like doing.
Another priest, Monsignor Thomas O'Brien, allegedly helped facilitate the abuse by supplying alcohol and drugs. A decade later, Eldred...
Now listen to this. Another priest helped facilitate the abuse by providing alcohol and drugs. So they were basically running a sex coven for little boys, a lot like the god Pan, who would lure boys out into the woods and engage in intercourse with them. They were known as the Lost Boys. I've said this before. This is where you get the character of Peter Pan from. Remember, once again, Peter, that name Peter, is not in reference to the Peter of the scriptures. It's in reference to Jupiter or Zeus. Okay? That's why I recounted the tale of Zeus turning into an eagle and carrying away Ganymede, because that's where you get the concept of a catamite from, or a boy lover. So all these gods of the ancient world, they were all pansexual, man. And they try to keep their memory alive through these little cartoons and these little cartoon movies or animated films that you take your children to. You go to see Peter Pan. Why do you think Peter Pan dressed in all green? Because that's meant to be, a little microcosm of him as the woodland god. And he leads the lost boys, right? Peter Pan.
Claims O'Brien was one of 3 priests who sexually abused him starting around the age of 9.
He had me perform oral sex on him.
Wow.
And then threatened that if I ever told anyone, I would be kicked out of the church, and that my parents would disown me, I'd lose my family, and that I'd go straight to hell.
The Diocese of Kansas City St. Joseph allegedly received...
Hey brothers, now do you see that symbol there right to the left of the photo of this pedophile? You'll see the upright crescent moon as well as those 2 flowers. Both those symbols are an allusion to the mother goddess Diana.
Received multiple warnings over several years.